Hi everyone. I hope all are doing well. So yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Lakshmi. Welcome to Microsoft Power BI training. Yes, so as usual, let's go through with the introduction of the series. Okay. So let's move on to yeah. So as you guys already know, this batch is started on 4th June 2024. This is the third session. Okay, the timings will be same 7:30 a.m. IST to 8:30 a.m. IST. And here the fees structure is 5,900 including GST, and duration will be 5 weeks. Okay, so general information I'm just going quickly. So for any queries, contact Logic Lab teams. Okay, if you have any queries related to subject or payment or whatever it is, the content, any new batches, whatever it is, please reach out Logic Lab teams. And first 5 sessions will be free. Okay, so 2 sessions are completed. This is third session. 2 sessions already we uploaded, 2 sessions recordings are uploaded in YouTube channel. People who are part of WhatsApp group, they already received the links regarding that. So please go through with that if you have any questions, concerns on it. And still, if it is not clear, then please raise your hand in the session. We'll go through with the questions. Okay. And today is the third session. And today's session also will be uploaded in YouTube channel from tomorrow. From fourth session, we are not going to upload in YouTube channel. Okay. People who registered for the course, they are going to get the access for our website, and then they can see the recordings and the note, whatever we are preparing here in the class. Okay. So strictly we are avoiding to no batch shifting. Okay, for session update, join our WhatsApp group. As I mentioned, people who not yet joined, please join WhatsApp group so they will get all the updates regarding this. Okay, and as I mentioned, session recordings or note will be accessing through LMS. Okay, Grapher. Logic Lab support team will be available Monday to Saturday in between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. IST. And here the contact numbers, please note down the contact numbers, or else you can log in into the www.logiclabtechnologies.com. So you can see all the details over there. Okay, if you have any queries, concerns, you can write a mail also to support team. The mail ID is support@logiclabtechnologies.com. Okay, you can write a mail, they will reach out to you. Cool. So there are the social media links. So please follow that. So people who are looking for the technology update, like a skill set updates, so they will receive all the updated and the latest trainings, whatever we are going to start, everything, all the things you will receive the through dates. Okay, you can get to and people who joined today. So I'm just sharing here the details like joining WhatsApp group and upcoming batches information and course content. All the information is there. I'm just sharing here the links. Maybe you can copy that and go through with that. Let me paste here. Yeah. So I just shared in a chat box. You can just keep it with you. People who are looking for it, yes, you can use that and then is it screen visible? I'm just enabling the chart. Please confirm if it is visible. I enable the chart. Okay, so you guys are able to see, right? Cool. So, yeah. Before entering into third session, I just want to hear some questions and concerns from your guys. Okay, please raise hands because yesterday we are out of time. So that's the reason we logged out. So I see some other hand raised also yesterday. So let's go through with that questions and then we'll start today's session. Okay, cool. Any questions, concerns, please raise your hands. First 5 minutes I'm allocating for the questions. Even same thing is going to be till end of this course. Okay, first 5 sessions, if it is required, we are going to increase the time also. If more questions are there, we are not avoiding the questions. Okay. Neeraja?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Hey, hi,
I
good
just
morning.
I just want to know in this Power BI course, do we require certification after this for to get a good job as a fresher?
See, it's good to have a certification. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to say like a mandatory. It's good to
Okay.
have. Okay, so there is a Microsoft is conducting some exams. Okay, PL 300, which is
Okay.
there is a PL 300. It's cost 4,500, I think so. Okay, you can
Okay.
enroll for that once your course is completed. You are thorough with the subject. Yes, you can enroll for. You can opt for the exam. You can register
Mm.
for it, and then you can attempt the exam. It will be 2 hours exam.
Okay.
Okay, 120 questions will be there, and
Okay.
it's online also available and offline also available. If it is online, then you have to be like, there are strict rules are there. You have to follow each and everything, and if not, they are canceling that exam and they are not refunding.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe you can go through with that Microsoft website one. Then you can get to know all the details. It's good to have the certification. PL 300. You can search for the PL 300.
Okay. And
Okay.
is it a proctored one, ma'am? PL
Um,
300.
PL 300, it's objective.
Yeah, I know it is an objective. Is
Mm.
it proctored? Is it proctored? That means the examiner will be there who is monitoring our
No, no,
exam.
no.
And
They will ask us to install, okay, some
mm,
softwares. So the software will
okay.
monitor us. And even if you turn your head also, it will intimate you. It will give three
Okay.
chances. If you
Mm,
more than three times you moved or something you did, no, they will
mm.
cancel that exam. That's how it is.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Prudency. I don't know whether I pronounce you right or not. If wrong, please sorry. Now you are allowed to talk. Please unmute yourself and then talk.
Yes, Pudencia.
Oh, great. Hi, how are
Please,
you?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, doing good. Thanks.
Please, I
Yes.
was struggling to make my payment today. I don't know, like, because there's one I was seeing $78, then another one $72. I don't know the right amount.
It's a $72.
Okay, and I was also having problem the right place to make the payment. Like, I don't know. It was
See,
confusing me.
just now I shared links, right? So there is a payment link also. Please use that link.
Okay, all right. And
Thank
then
you.
when I click on the link, they were telling me like to create something like mm,
Please
is
reach
it
out support team. Huh? You can reach out support team. There was a contact details. So you can reach out support team. So they will guide you. Okay?
okay? All right. Thanks
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cool. So let's jump into the today session. So today we are going to start a sequel. So we are just introduce the Power BI, how it is and how it is going to help in the last 2 sessions and how it looks, everything we discussed, correct? So from today we are going to start a sequel, and from today it will be 6 days or maybe one day here and there. So it will take that many days for sequel. Here on the sequel, we are going to discuss basic stuff. Why? Because as a Power BI developer, it's not going to see if you are trying for the Power BI developer, definitely they will ask SQL because we have to pull data from backend. Backend in this is databases. We have to pull data from backend. At least we should know writing code. The minimum, like at least basic code we should know. Okay, so that's the reason we planned include SQL also in this course. Okay, then that will benefit you guys. Otherwise, people, if you are more interested on SQL to learn more and more, there is a one more batch is going on. You can opt for that course and it will be thorough in a SQL. Okay, here we are discussing basic SQL, which will help us, which is required for the BI developer. Okay, cool. So first, let's understand what is SQL. Okay, why we are learning this? What is concept? The people who have experience, definitely, yes, they already worked with a database and they know at least the what is database, what is meant by DB. So people who are there freshers, so don't worry, we'll discuss step by step here and you can understand what it is. Okay, so today we are covering here RDBMS concept, okay, table concept, database keys, and types of relationship. These concepts we are covering here. The first one is RDBMS. What is mean by RDBMS? RDBM stands Relational Database Management System. Okay, Relational Database Management System. So usually you might heard backend, DB, something like that in a real time. So backend in the sense what it is. Backend in the sense the data stored in a certain place like in a DB. DB means database. Okay, so that we call backend. Okay, so what is RDBMS? That RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. All modern database management systems like SQL, MS SQL Server, IBM, DB2, Oracle, MySQL, and Microsoft Access are based on RDBMS. Before that, so we have a DBMS concept which is not related, okay, which is not based on the relationship. They are storing data in a blocks wise and they are using the block, complete one block they are using, 2 blocks, 3 blocks like that. They are not giving the relationship between the blocks in the sense tables. Okay, so it's not like after some days, it's not possible to get the entire data from one table. It's very difficult to store. So that's the reason RDBMS concept comes here. RDBMS concept comes here. RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. By name itself, we can say relational. Okay, so in database, the data will stored in a table form. In a table form. Table form in the sense rows and columns. Okay, columns and rows. Like in Excel sheet, how we have a columns and rows. So like that, the tables will stored in a database. So they are going to, before they used to update in a one table itself. But what they did to manage efficiently the data, so what they did, they divided the data. Okay, like for example, we have a sales database. Okay, sales database is there. So in sales database, before what they used to do, entire data, whatever is their sales related, they are updating in one table. But now they are segregating the tables. Sales table, orders table, invoice table, customer table, product table. So like that, they are segregating and storing the data. Okay, to manage efficiently. And in real time, like now, once we have to present the data in front end. So in that time, what we have to do, we have to pull the tables from the database and we have to give the relationship between the tables. Why? Because if you take only sales table, are you going to have entire data? No. So we need a product table also, order table also, invoice table also. So like that, we are pulling and we are giving relationship. What is mean by relationship? What is mean by relationship? So let's talk. Let's first understand the table and then we enter into the relationship. Okay. So what is table? So as we mentioned, the RDBMS database uses tables to store the data, the form of columns and rows. You can see here, ID, name, age, course. These are all column names. And the down part is rows. Rows means data. Okay. Under ID, what we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the data and name. Okay. These are all the names, age, course. Okay. Like this, the data will store. Okay. And you can see here, the course is a column or we call it attribute. Column or attribute or fields. So please, people who are there freshers, please note down the terminology. So we are not calling only column. It's called attribute. It's called field also. Field, attribute or column. Okay. And even the table. In real time, we call it entity. Okay. Sometimes we call it entity also. Entity means a table. Entity means a table. Okay. So this is how the data will stored in a database. What is a table? Table is a combination of columns and rows, which is presenting data in a column. Under that column, we are going to have a relevant data. Okay. And the next one. Next concept is database keys. So we understand that. 1 minute. Yeah, we understand that, okay, data is there in a multiple tables. Data is there in multiple tables. Now, we have to give a relationship between the tables. On what basis we have to give the relationship? Relationship in the sense, joining the tables with some link. Okay, so that link is going to be a key. That link is going to be a key. Okay, so what is meant by key? So there are some database keys. Okay, there are database keys which will help us to join tables. Okay, keys are very important part of relationship database. Why? Because we are going to have a multiple tables and we have to join multiple tables into multiple tables to get a relevant data. Okay, so we took the example of sales data, correct? So sales table is there. Okay, in sales table, what are all the columns are going to be there? So product ID, okay, sale date and amount. For example, just imagine. And in other table, order table, product table is there. So there we are going to have a product ID, product name, category, SKU, all the information is going to be there. Okay. With the product ID, is it possible to understand product name? No. Correct. So to get a product name, what we have to do? We have to give a relationship between those tables by using keys. Okay, by using keys. You can see here the definitions. Keys are very important part of relationship database. Okay, they are used to establish and identify relation between tables. They also ensure that each record within a table can be uniquely identified by combination of one or more fields within the table. So this is very important. Okay, this is very important. They also ensure that each record within a table can be uniquely identified. So at least one table should have a unique key, unique values in each record. Okay. So key is a set of one or more column. It's not like only one column. We can combine 2 to 3 columns and then we can make the key columns. Okay. That's what the meaning of it. A key specify the uniqueness in patent database. A patent number could be used to uniquely identify. So you can see here the example ID, name, age, course. Okay. So imagine there is a one more table which is course table. Okay, which is course table. So course table is going to be have a course ID, course name. Okay, course ID and course name. And I want to know which student is opted which course. Okay. So you can see here the ID name in this table. What is going to be a unique key, unique values? So ID is a unique value. Why? Because name can be have a other guy also. For example, Andy is there. So there will be one more Andy also, right? Even if you go with the age can be it's not like only unique values, right? So there will be a multiple values. Even course also. You can see the repetition. Repetition you can see here. So that's why what would be the unique key here? ID. ID is a unique key. That's why I'm telling you, even yesterday also I told you, as a BI developer, we should understand data first. First, understand the requirement. The second, tables. We have to understand entities. Okay. That is very important. If you understand the entities, if you understand the data, it is very easy to build the reports. If you are good with this course. Okay, it's a very easy to build the reports. That is very important. Okay, so is it till here it's clear? What is table, what is RDBMS and database keys, why we are using database keys? Is it clear? Please raise your hand if if you guys want to repeat once again. Rachel? Now you are allowed to talk.
Can you please repeat it once again, please?
Okay, which concept?
The last one you just did.
Database keys.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so database keys. So database keys we are using to give a relationship between the tables. Giving the relationship between the tables. So as we mentioned, we are dividing the tables and we are storing in a multiple tables in RDBMS. Correct. Like a sales table, product table, orders table, invoice table, like that. It's not like always sales data means these tables. No, not like that. Okay, there will be different tables also. I'm just taking this example. Okay, so if I want to present the sales information in our report, I need product details, I need order details, I need invoice information also, and along with the sales. Correct. So if I load individual tables, if I load individual table, is it allowing us to show the right information? No. Don't get confused here. So once we enter into the practical, okay, once we enter, this concept again comes in Power BI also. Okay, don't get confused. This concept will come in Power BI also. We'll discuss there with the practical. Okay, just keep it in mind. Keys we are using giving the relationship between the tables. That's it. The key columns we are using to give a relationship between the tables. Okay, so the key column should be contain, one key column should be contain unique values. That is strict rule. Then only we can showcase the right information. Okay. Is it clear? I enable the chat box. If it is clear, please give a thumbs up or yes something. Cool. Thanks. So just keep in mind key is a column which is going to help us to give a relationship between the tables. That's it. Okay. So let's move into the next concept. Yeah, types of keys. So we have a many types of keys here, but as a BI developer, we are using primary key, composite key, foreign key. So these three keys we are using and we are discussing those three keys. People who are coming from the backend, like a backend background, so they might know super key, candidate key, the other keys, alternate keys and all, but it's not required to learn all of them. We need primary key, foreign key and composite key. These three are very important. Okay, that's the reason I'm just picking those three and we are discussing there. Okay, if you guys interested, just go and Google it. You can get to know super key, candidate key, this stuff. Okay, I'm just giving the list of keys here. Okay, the first one is primary key. What is mean by primary key? Primary key is a candidate key that is most appropriate to become main key of the table. Okay, primary key is a set of one or more fields. It's not like only one column is going to be a primary key. No, not like that. Okay, it can be one column or it's a combination of multiple columns of a table. Okay, that uniquely identify a record in a database table. It can't accept, there are rules. Okay, there are rules for the primary key. It can't accept nulls or duplicate values. Only one candidate key can be primary key. Here ID is a primary key. You can see the example. So what is meant by primary key? Primary key is a candidate key that is most appropriate to become a main key, which is contain unique values without duplicates. Okay. It is not going to be accept nulls and duplicate values. It's not going to be accept nulls and duplicate values. Okay, so primary key is a main key column which will help us to, which is contain unique values and which is not contain nulls and duplicates. Okay, so that is a going to primary key. So primary key in this, it's not only one table, it's not only one column. It might be combination of multiple columns. it will accept 36 columns to make a primary key. It will accept till that. Okay, we can maximum, we can add the 36 columns and we can make a unique values. Means, what is the mean of it? So here you can see ID is a unique, obviously. Okay, ID is a unique. And roll number also unique, correct? In school, if you see them, roll number also is going to be a unique for each student. Okay, sometimes in some scenarios, so we can see that in a composite key. Okay, if we are using more than one column, combination of multiple columns is called composite key. So that concept we can see there. Okay, here you can see the ID is a unique column. So this is not contain any nulls. This is not going to be have any duplicates. If one repeats once again, no, it is not eligible for primary key. So simply you can, like, you can keep it in mind. Primary key means unique values, which is not contain nulls. That is going to be our primary key. Okay. Which is contain unique values and without nulls. That is going to be our primary key. Primary key is a most important key in a column which is contain unique values and which is not allowing nulls and duplicates. That is a primary key. Okay. So why I'm repeating multiple times? Because this concept comes in Power BI also in modeling tab. In modeling tab, same concept we are going to discuss there. Okay. So even in interview also they will ask what is meant by primary key, what is meant by foreign key, what is meant by composite key. Give some examples for it. Okay. That's the reason I'm repeating multiple times. Okay. Primary key is a candidate key that is most appropriate to become a main key of the table. It's not only one field, it might be combination of multiple fields. Multiple fields in the sense, it's not only one table. In this table, we have only ID. So in sometimes we have to combine two or more columns. Okay, 2 or more columns to make a primary key. Okay, that is also involved. And the primary key is not going to contain duplicate values. Primary key is not going to contain null values. It's not going to be accept. If you give a primary key as a column, then it is not going to be accept nulls and duplicates. Duplicate in the sense, the record is not going to be repeat. Okay. The next one is composite key. So it is a possible in some tables. As I mentioned, it's not like in every table. In some tables, we have to combine more than one column to make a primary key. To make a primary key. And that is called composite key. That is called composite key. Okay, composite or compound key. It's called composite key or compound key. In previous example, we use ID as a primary key. Correct. So in this example, if you see country, SKU, brand name, category, sales. These are all the columns are there in this table. Okay. So if I go with the country column, so it might be repeat, right? It's not like only one column is going to be, one record is going to be there for a Italy. No, it's not like that. It will definitely repeat. Correct. Even SKU also. SKU means product number. Maybe you can understand product number. Okay. So each product is going to be have a one unique SKU. So, okay, unique SKU. It's not going to be null. Is it going to be a primary key? No. Why? Because same product can be sell in other countries also. Correct. In Italy, BD001L, we sell. Okay. Same product can be sell in Nigeria also. Correct. The other countries also use same products. So in that time, SKU is not going to change. Correct. So in these scenarios, what we have to do? We have to take a combination of more than one column to make a primary key. So if I go with the country and SKU, then I'm going to have a unique values in a field, correct? Country and SKU means Italy plus, can see here, Italy, and this is going to be one record, and Nigeria, and this is going to be one record. If I use only SKU, we have a duplicates, right? See, 2 times this Q is repeated 2 times. If I use Q, is it going to be a primary key? No, because it's a, what is the rule? Duplicates are not allowed. Duplicates are not allowed. That's a strict rule for primary key, correct? But here duplicates are there. We have to make it unique. What we have to do? We have to add other columns, which is going to be help us to make a unique. Not like, okay, anything we can add. No, not like that. Okay, we have to understand the data and we have to make sure those columns will give the unique. Okay. We have to understand and we have to make sure those, if we combine these two columns, it is going to be give a unique values. We have to make sure about it. That's the reason understanding the data is very, very, very important as a BA developer. Okay, most of the BA developers will fail there only. That's they are going to depending on some other numbers. Okay, so if you understand data easily, you can do it your own. Otherwise, we are going to dependent on someone else. Okay, don't worry, there will be a people to help in organizations. It's not like we have to do our own, not like that. So try to understand yourself. If it is not, yes, we can ask someone to help over there. Okay, cool. The next one is it clear? Composite key? Yeah, let's complete the primary key and then I'll allow some time for the questions. Okay. So let's move on to the next. Foreign key. So foreign key is a field in a database table that is a primary key in another table. It can accept multiple nulls, duplicate values. It is opposite to primary key. Okay, it will accept the multiple nulls and duplicate values also. So the primary key which is there in a table, that table is presenting in another table as a primary. That column is acting as a primary key in another table. Okay, the column is acting as a primary key in another table, and the second table it is acting as a foreign key. Okay, a foreign key is a column which is added to one table to create a relationship with other tables. So if you see the example, then you can understand more on it. Okay, we have a teacher's table and department table. So we have a teacher ID, name, age. Okay, and department code, name, contact. This is how we have. So, but there is no way to identify which teacher works with which department. Correct? By seeing this. Do we have a relationship between these tables? Is it possible? No, right? It's not possible. Correct? So we need a teacher's ID in a department table or else department code in a teacher's ID. Then only we can understand. Then only we can give the relationship between the tables. Not understand. Then only we can give the relationship between the tables. Is it clear? So this is a teacher's table and department table. So here is a teacher ID is a primary key. In department table, department code is a primary key. So to get the which teacher teaches the subject. To understand that, is it possible to give the relationship between these two tables? On what basis we can give? No, right? We can't give relationship. We can't give relationship. Why? Because the primary key should be present in at least in one table as a foreign key. Okay, let's go in the next example, then you can understand. Okay, so let's move into next example. So So foreign key is a field in a database table, that is, as we mentioned, primary key in another table, correct? So department ID is a primary key. Here, department table is a primary key. You can see department ID is a primary key. Right, let me change the color. Okay, in teachers table, teacher ID is a primary key, and department table, department code is a primary key. Correct. We are going to have a unique values individually. If we talk individual table, so this is what is going to be a primary key and here. So previous example we saw, we can't join the tables. At least one primary key should be act as a foreign key in another table. That's what we thought, right? So here you can see department code. Here you can see the department code. This is going to be work as a foreign key. How we are telling a foreign key? So department code is a primary code in a primary key in a department table, right? So same thing should be here also, correct? Why we are calling as a foreign key? Why? Because so you can see here D001, D001. It is repeated. Okay. D003, D002. And what is the rule for foreign key? It should contain duplicate values. It should contain multiple nulls also. That is called foreign key. Correct. So now we can link these two tables. Now we can link these two tables. Correct. On what basis? We have a department code here and here, and we can use these two columns, these two key columns, and we can give the relationship. Okay. So in this table, it is acting as a primary key. In this table, it is acting as a foreign key. Okay. Like this, we have to identify the columns and give the relationship. Okay. Is it clear? Cool. So any questions, concerns on the key concept, please raise your hand. So we'll discuss if it is required to repeat once again. Hi, Sachin.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, hi.
Just a question regarding this, did you include a new column in the teacher ID table manually, or how did you bring
No, usually in our databases, we are going to have tables like this. Okay. For showcasing the example, I just removed a DPT code and then I showed you for understanding better way.
No, I mean like these two tables, for them to have a relation, they need to have something common,
Yes,
right?
common
So
columns are required.
in the teacher ID table, there was no department code before. So
Yes, that's what I'm telling. For showcasing the example, I just removed the department code. Okay. Usually we are going to, for example, the one which we took, no, the sales information. So sales table and product information. So product ID is existed in a sales table and product table also. So this is going to be, it's a mandatory to give a relationship. Okay. The common column should be there. Otherwise, we can't give the relationship. To showcase that example, I just removed that.
okay, so in practice, like when you have to create a relation, do you have to like create a new table, or without creating new table, you just create a relation and it automatically brings the department code in that teacher ID
Yeah,
table?
in real time, there will be a backend tables, right? So backend tables will be set up like that only. Okay, there will be a structure how we have to have a tables and all. So the backend team will be worked on it, and they will create the multiple. See, initially I told, like, in one table they are going to store all the data before. So modern databases once comes, no. So in that time, what they did, they divided the data into multiple parts. Okay, multiple parts like a sales table, product table, order table, and invoice table. Like that, they divided. And there will be a geographical table also, means country table. Okay. And we need the relationship between the tables. The main table is a sales table here. Why? Because this is sales information, correct? So sales database. So sales table is a main table. So this sales table is going to be contain all the foreign keys like a product ID, order ID, invoice ID, and country code. All the foreign keys will be available in a main table. So this concept you can understand more and more when we enter into the modeling tab, like, a fact table, dimensional table, you will get that concept. Okay, in that time you can understand. So this main sales table is going to be contain all, like a product ID. Product ID we are using to give a relationship between product table and sales table. Order ID we are using order ID in sales table and order ID in order table. So the IDs which are presenting in sales table, those are foreign keys. Okay. And the IDs which are presenting in a relevant table, order ID and product ID, in product table, product ID is a primary key. In order table, order ID is a primary key. So that's how it is. Don't get confused. Okay, this is just theoretically we are discussing. Once we enter into the practical, you can understand easily. Okay.
Okay, one more question.
Yes.
In case of primary key, if there is no unique column, can we create a new column to make it unique?
In
Or
that case, no. We are not going to create the columns here. We are not entering manually the data. Okay. So data will come from ERP systems to database. We have to use
okay.
that database data. That's it. We are not going to enter. But very rare cases, we can give a this one. What we can say? Index columns we can create.
Okay.
Okay. But we are, as a BI developers, no, we are not modifying any data. Okay. To make a primary key, we can go with the composite key concept. Composite key concept in the sense we have to identify the columns like how we did for the SKU and the country. Combination of SKU and country in this example. Here, we can combine these two columns and we can make a unique key, which is primary key.
Okay.
Okay, that concept we can follow. But manually, no, it's not like a 10 records or 100 records. We are going to have a million records in a real time.
Yeah, I mean, like my question was how to make it unique, like whether we enter a new column or we combine these two and then we can.
Combining columns.
Okay.
Combining multiple columns, and we have to identify the right columns and we have to combine them and make a primary key.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Any questions, concerns? I didn't see any hand raised. Please raise your hand if you have a questions. Don't keep it with you. If you keep it with you, it is going to be very, like, if we stop somewhere, then we'll be there only. We have to rectify that. We have to clear that road and then move forward. That's how it should be in every day. Okay. Yeah, Dare. Now you are allowed to talk.
Hey, thank you.
Hey,
So
hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, doing good. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you very much. Yeah, I'm just joining. So yesterday the recorded version, I tried to search for it. I didn't see it for some reason. And I've been the other day too, I think on Monday I tried to look
The
for it.
recordings are uploaded in YouTube channel. If you are part of WhatsApp group, they already shared over there. Please go through that.
And you share me the WhatsApp group, I don't have. I know you shared yesterday, but before I copied it.
Are you part of WhatsApp group?
No, I don't have the WhatsApp group. I only.
Please, yeah, let me share that link. So please join that group. Okay.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Please join that group. Then you'll get all the updates. Even today also they are
Oh,
going to
okay.
share the recordings and all. 1 minute. Let me copy the stuff as you join right now. Let me share with you again. Yes. It has all the details. Okay, WhatsApp
Okay.
group and course content, payment link for upcoming batch details, everything. All the links are
Yeah.
available. You can go
Yeah.
through that.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. So it's clear, right? The concept. So say same key concepts will come in Power BI also. See, whatever we are discussing in SQL, same concept in Power BI also we have. Okay. Please be thorough with the basics. Then only we are good with the Power BI. Basics are very, very important. People who are not at work on a SQL or databases, any other things, it's very important to know this. Okay. So foreign key concept is done. So there will be a primary and non-primary attributes. Primary and non-primary attributes. Primary means the columns which are going to be have a unique, which will act as a primary key. Those called primary attribute. Non-primary attributes means the duplicate ones. Like, name A scores. Here in this example, name A scores. These can be duplicate values. These can be contain duplicate values, right? Duplicate value in the sense, Andy can be, have a one more student also can be Andy. Okay, like that. Duplicate means same record is not going to be repeat. No, not like that. For example, if we take a first record, ID 1 and roll number is 1001 Andy, and ID 2, roll number 1002 and Andy. If it is repeat again Andy, means there is a one more student with the same name. That's what the meaning. Okay, so those columns called as a not prime attributes. So there is a concept called prime attribute and non-prime attribute. Definitely, we are going, even though we are trying for the Power BI, even though we are attending a Power BI interviews, so they will ask, these are all questions. Primary concept they will ask, data types they will ask, and these attributes also they will ask. Okay, what is min table, how the data will be stored in RDBMS, definitely they will ask. Okay, please be thorough with this. So relationships. We talked about relationships and how we are going to relationship also. We talked about it. So again, I'm not going to cover here. We discussed that already. And setting up a relationship. How we can set the relationship between the table. There are three concepts. One-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, and many-to-many relationship. Same thing will come in Power BI modeling table also. Okay, one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-one. Okay, same, both are same. And many-to-many relationship. Three are there. Okay, one-to-one relationship means in both the tables, we are going to have a primary keys. In both the table, we are going to have a primary key. See, if you see here the example, students and contact info. Student ID is a primary key in student table. Contact information also contain a student ID and it's contain a primary key. Correct. One student ID is going to be have a one contact name, contact information. There will be a mobile numbers might be have a one or two. Okay. I'm not talking about the mobile numbers. Here the contact info, address and all. Okay. One record is going to be there. So that is one-to-one relationship. Means one record in this table. For the same record, we are going to have a one record in another tables. Okay. One-to-many relationship. One-to-many relationship in the sense one ID, one primary key, and in another table, it is going to be as a foreign key. Okay. So primary key here, if you see the example, customer table and order table. So customer ID is a primary key in customer table. Customer ID in a order table is a foreign key. That's what the meaning, right? The column which is acting as a primary key in one table, in another table, which is acting as a foreign key. Correct. So here one customer can be ordered multiple products. For example, if you take Amazon, so I have a Amazon subscription. So I'm the customer of Amazon. So they have a my details. Correct. So is it going to be have a multiple records for me? For each order, they are going to store a one customer ID? No, not like that. Where they are going to have a one customer table. And for me, there is a one row. There is one row with my name, my address, and my phone numbers. Okay, one row will be there. And if I order tables, like, if I order any product, for example, today I order some items, and yesterday also I ordered some items. And like that, I order multiple times. In order table, it is going to be recorded multiple times with my ID. Okay, with my ID, it is going to be adder records. How many times I ordered? That many times I'm going to have a records in a order table. But in customer table, only one record. Okay, that's what the one-to-many relationship. That's what the one-to-many relationship. But order ID will be different. Order ID will be generate every time. The new ID will generate order ID, not customer ID. Okay. Order ID will get generate multiple times. Like how many times I'm ordering. Each time I'm going to have a one new ID, new order ID. Okay. So in that tables, we have a one-to-many relationship. It could be like, if you are trying to give a relationship from order to customer, then it is going to be many to one relationship. If you give a relationship between customer to order, it will be one-to-many relationship. Okay. And the next one is many-to-many relationship. So when we'll get the many-to-many relationship, for example, so there is a theoretically I added, so you can go through with the PPT, you can understand that. And I'm just giving the highlights of here. Okay. For understanding the better way. So we know the primary key and another table also primary key. So let's take an example of our course only. There are students. So student table is there in our logic lab technologies and classes table also there. One student can be of multiple classes. Correct. And one class is going to be have a multiple student also. Is it clear? Use chat box if it is clear. So one student cannot multiple courses. One course is going to be have a multiple students. Correct. So here it is many to many relationship. Many to many relationship. When you are using many to many relationship in real time, you have to understand the data. If it is acceptable, then only you have to go with the many to many relationship. So if it is giving any duplicates or if it is increasing any volume, then you have to check the data. This is very, very important. Even if you give a many to many relationship in Power BI data modeling tab, so it will give the cost like a, if it is acceptable, if it is allowable, then only use the many to many relationship. It will give the alert there. Okay, we have to understand data thoroughly and then only we have to use the many to many relationship. So it's clear, right? With example, student table and class table. If you have a student table and class table, so one student can be opt multiple courses can be have a multiple student. One course can be have a multiple students. So in this case, it is many to many relationship. So to avoid such a kind of many-to-many relationship, we can build the bridge table. We can build the bridge table. Bridge table in the sense, we are taking student ID from the student table and removing the duplicates. And we are taking class ID from classes table and we are removing duplicates. Okay, so in that case, we are going to have a unique values and we are giving the relationship between the tables. So bridge table, yes, this concept again will come in data modeling tab. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear? Please raise, we have 5 minutes time. If you have any questions, concerns, till now, whatever we discussed, please raise your hand. We'll get clear here itself and then we'll move forward. And please go through the recordings if you have any questions, like still the concept is not understandable, just go through with the recordings. If it is not, you are not getting, then again, tomorrow we are going to have a questions time. In that time, you can ask. Okay. Thanks, Ashok. Use chat box if it is clear or not. People who are not able to talk, please use that. Edwin, I see your hand raised from starting of this session. So let me allow you to talk. If it is by default, then fine. Hi, Edwin.
I'm struggling to put it down. I don't know what. It's low hand. It's not up.
One minute. Let me try from my end. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay.
Thanks, Edwin.
You're welcome.
Yes, Daniel. Now you're allowed to talk.
Hey, so my question is, when you're talking about the foreign key and the primary key, can you give a better so I'm trying to know the difference between the foreign key and the
Okay. Cool. So don't worry. Let me move into the example. Yeah. See. So here we have a department code. First, do you understand what is meant by foreign key?
I wasn't here when I think I joined the meeting.
So in that case, what you can do, no? Just we talked about the foreign key and primary key and all those things. Okay. Just go through with the recordings today.
Okay.
Yeah, as you joined late, no? You can understand the concept. If it is not, then tomorrow again, yes, please raise your hand when we have a question time.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions, concerns, please raise your hands. Cool, I didn't see any hand raise here. So let's. Am I moving fast? Please be open, then only. So if I'm moving fast, definitely I'll slow down and then I'll, okay, a bit fast. Okay. Okay, so I see the mixed responses here. That's fine, no worries. So people who are feel like fast, definitely I'll reduce my speed. So if I'm repeating the concept again and again, yes, I'm moving little bit fast over there. And when I'm telling first time, that time I'm very slowly I'm telling. That's fine, no worries. Yes, I'll take it up and noted this. And yes, I'll reduce our speed. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I see the mixed answers here. Cool. Yeah. So yes, we are good with the today's session. Great. Last 2 days, we took 10 minutes more, but today we are on time. Great, great. Cool. So let's connect tomorrow. Okay, let's connect tomorrow. So till today, whatever recordings are there, everything will be available in our YouTube channel. They will share all the links in WhatsApp group. People who not yet joined, please join WhatsApp group. Then only you'll get all the details over there. You can go through with that. Okay. So again, I'll share the details here. Okay. Please go through with the all the details. Like people who not yet joined, please use the link to join WhatsApp group and registration link. I hope you guys already did. Course content link. If you want to see the what are the things we are covering in Power BI and SQL, please contact course content link also there. Please go through with that, and payment link also there. People who are not yet registered, please register for it. From tomorrow, the recordings are not going to be uploaded in YouTube channel. It is going to be uploaded in our website. and you can access like people who are registered for the course, people who are opted the course, they are going to receive a access. Okay. And fourth session and fifth session also free. You can join. But from sixth session, it is going to be on new link for the meeting. Okay. We'll share through mail and they will get the mail with the link and they can use that link for the sixth session, from the sixth session. Okay. Cool. So we are good for the day. Let's connect tomorrow. And yeah, tomorrow at the same time. Thank you.